Hey, what's up? Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing today? All right, let's see what we have going on. Um, so in case you didn't notice, I already have a little bit of green on the board. Um, Starting off the day pretty green. That was not my intention. I mean, green is good, but I wasn't trying to start off with some trades already taken. But last night I was just going over a couple things, and I caught a glimpse of the market, and we were in this zone here. Let's see, we were right in here. So this move already happened here. We popped out of the zone and we failed. We held the bottom of the zone, so I was waiting to see if we were going to break out of the zone, and I wanted to get in, take this long because you're gonna find a lot of success around zone plays. So I was thinking long, um, because overall, we've made this move, pushed up, bull flagged, pushed up, broke out, came back down, and then as we came down, we're kind of holding above this area here. Um, so that's overall, that's what we're doing, right? We came down, we held, and we pushed back up, and so we had this kind of another bull flag going, but then we broke below that, and so now it's kind of a toss up. I'm thinking bearish, if we stand right here. But if we hold this little zone that's drawn out here, which is the top of this giant bull flag we made, then I'm still leaning towards bullish. So it's going to go either way. I think it's going to go either way. We broke below this zone, pushed up, and then we did reject the bottom of this zone. So we're playing this game right here. We're stuck in this channel. So either we're going to break below that, and then I think if we do, then we'll easily come down to about 15,000. That's my guess. Maybe even lower. Maybe we'll see something like 14,560, 14,560, something like that over time. But for now, here's where we're at. So seeing this, and the fact that we held towards the top of that bull flag area, it made me think, well, let's see if we can get this long. So shot down here, got up, and I was looking for a play to get back into here. Maybe we see this zone again. That didn't happen. So what I did was I saw that we were rejecting the top of this zone, and I gave it just a little bit of time, and then I took it short. So I went short, and I basically I was scalping. I got out in this move right here in this candle once we started wicking around, and I waited to see what we were going to do back into the VWAP, and then I saw we were rejecting it, so then I went short again, and then I got out towards the bottom of the zone. I was thinking I was trying to hold on to a little bit extra. I had one extra contract, and we were starting to break below, and so I was thinking, hey, we might make a run for it. But as we started coming back up in here and retesting the zone, I just got out. So I locked it in. So I didn't leave too much on the table, just a little bit. So that's why we're starting off the day kind of green. I've left it alone since then. So because we're sitting pretty good, I'm just going to trade some micros today because I don't want to mess up my day. I mean, I'm assuming I'm going to find some good green trades, but in case I call it wrong, then I'd be happy to go ahead and um, just take it with some minis or some micros. So anyhow, so let's go. I mean, that kind of covers what I see overall. If we are rejecting this area again, then we might see some more downside. That's going to be my guess. Let's go ahead and extend this guy out here. There we go. All right. And so one thing I don't have drawn out is the expected move for the NQ. I did take a quick screenshot, so that's something we're going to want to watch out for today. Let's see. So if I go to myself and my phone, we have. All right. So this week, um, so it looks like it's, the market's expecting a decent sized move. So it was a little bit late into market open yesterday when I snapped a shot of the expected move for the week. So we're looking at around 345, and that's off of So 345 variance, and that's off of 154.27. So on a high side, we're looking at 15,772. So 15,772. That's going to put us right here. So towards the bottom of that little baby zone that we have drawn out. So I'm just going to throw in here and let's see if I can get a little closer. 15,772. That's pretty close. Okay, we'll call it 70. All right, so we want 5 days. Go. Okay, so that's going to be the upper part of our move. And then the lower part is going to be 15,082. So that's 345 below that. So 15,082, which is an interesting number since we were just talking about seeing the 15,000s, the lower part. And that takes us towards the bottom of this little baby zone. So, coincidence? Maybe. But I think these guys know what they're doing. All right. So, because I took the expected moves a little bit late in the game yesterday, it's not going to be exact. But I would definitely watch out for these. Watch out for these areas for sure. All right. There we go. So watch out for these areas. We could jump past it. We definitely did last week. If you see what happened, we had these. Here's our upper expected move. This is the lower end of our expected move. So we started off the week right here in the middle, came down, and we got below it. So we broke below it, but usually when that happens, the market's going to try to reel it in. That's what usually happens, but it doesn't mean that's how we're going to finish up. And so I don't know if you caught some part of my stream last week, but I was talking about, hey, what's up, DC? Thanks, man. Appreciate that. Um, so I was talking about what we might do on Friday. So on Friday, I ended up closing up shop right around this area here. I was just done for the day. We took some really great trades. But my thoughts were we were going to try to get back into this expected move. And so I thought we were going to see us hit the expected move again. So I was warning to watch out for that. And then I thought we'd hit the bottom of this zone. And, I'm not always right, but that did play out exactly like I was kind of expecting. So we got that move up right into here. Um, but I didn't see us dropping back out of there. Definitely didn't see that, and we did. So here we are. So it's pretty interesting, though. So watch out for these areas here. But a lot of volatility, and there's a lot of movement. So once you start hitting these areas, you definitely watch out for the volatility. So now, what do we do this week? So I think there's a case for being bullish, um, but I would be careful. I would definitely be careful. I'm interested in taking longs today above this area here, that's for sure. But if we start selling off, I'm going to be looking more for a short, maybe an entry just below this zone here for a little bit of continuation down to here. But we have been basing out a little bit. But we could be creating this giant bear flag here. So I'd watch out for that. And if we break below here, definitely we'll see some more downside, especially once we clear this little area here. So let's get that scooted over. Go. Almost. All right. So how's everyone's morning going so far? Oh, minute to market open. Look at that. About to see some magic. I think we're going to sell right out the gate. See what happens. So market's going to open. 1 second, 1 second. So right at the top of this zone, I want to see if we break out above it. Um, and get some continuation. Or if we're just going to fizzle out. There we go. So breaking above the zone. So I could potentially see 42 as an entry if we got like a quick snap back. Let me switch this over to the 1 minute. And again, I would only use such a small time frame like that, like a 1 minute, very close to the open. Once we get a little bit deeper in, I'd get away from that and keep my eye on 3 minute or 5 minute. But yeah, we shot right out of there. Broke over this little hump here. So next stop, we're going to have 478 and we have 489. So watch out for those areas. Okay, we're getting a quick pullback. So I would take a quick entry here on the right on.
Order submitted.
Let's see if I can get filled. So I'm trying to get in right around 42. All right, so something's wrong here.
Order canceled. Order filled.
All right, so that's quite the sell-off. So push up and break just above that here. No continuation. I tried to get in right here, but for some reason my fills didn't work out. The price blew right past my order entry, and then I had a laggy fill, so then I just flattened the position. And we were selling right through that. I don't know about you guys, but I didn't even see anything happen with my unrealized, so I'm not sure about that. All right, well, let's see if it's playing around with this, or if we're going to get some continuation. So, any thoughts on the market this morning? Are you guys bullish? Are you bearish? Are you already in a position? Are you long or short already? What's going on? In case you're new to Apex Trader Funding, it's always good to even if you're trading Top Step, they recommend the same thing. Um, you just want to keep an eye on your balances, and it's also helpful to see if you have anything open. So I often check for that. So I'm taking a look right now, especially because my fills were laggy. I want to make sure I'm not stuck in a position that I didn't notice on NinjaTrader, because sometimes things don't show. So it's good to have a backup. Just take a second look, protect your accounts. And it looks like we're closed, and I have nothing open, no working orders. So this is good. All right. Okay, so my peak balance is off by like $100. That's okay. All right, so what are we doing here? Looks like we're making a little bit of I'm guessing bear flag for continuation down. But we might get some support here. Maybe we'll turn around. But the fact that we just dropped right back into the zone real quick, this makes me curious on what we're going to do here. Makes me think we're going to go a little bit lower. But we could still go the other way. Could have been a fake out, followed by another fake out. Because ideally, once we come back into the zone, I'm looking for buyers, right? If we come down into it, we're looking for buyers to get back out. And then technically, this would be a higher low in comparison to this stuff here and here. And there we are, right out of the zone. So that was more of a reversal. Ooh, look at that. A lot of trickery. Yeah, it's good, man. DC, I'm with you. It's not super clear. It's not super clear. I'm tempted to try to get in over this zone right here on this 1 minute, but I want to give it some time too, especially because I don't know what happened with that first trade. A lot of lag. I think that connection's pretty solid, so I don't know if Rhythmic's having some kind of an issue or what, or if NinjaTrader, or not really sure. Okay, so that could be a short entry right there, right at the top of the zone. But yeah, I'll let this play out a little bit. Might be safer just to wait closer to 7, unless something becomes clearer in the next 10 minutes or so. Clear that 15-minute opening range. Let's see how our 15 looks. If this is your first time here today, go ahead and drop a hello so I can see who's here. Appreciate that. And good morning, by the way, to everyone that just kind of hopped in. Hope you guys had a good weekend. I hope this is a start to a great week. Hope it's very green for everybody. Yeah, we're all over the place. So if we can get under this 15 area, it's under 15415. See how we react at the bottom of the zone at 403. They're getting people. People are probably trying to go short right there. We're gonna fake them out. I think they're gonna drop it. And we're building up for something big. Oh, so by the way, let's see, a couple things to watch out for this week. I don't think there's anything big happening today. Let's see. I like to use my FX book. It's completely free. You guys can check that out. It's a good way to keep an eye on economic news that will affect the market. Uh, so today, yeah, nothing huge today. There's a couple Fed speeches. I think they're already happening, um, but no one that would really move the market. Tomorrow we have balance of trade, so I'd put that on the books. That's going to be, it looks like around 4:30. I'm sorry, that'd be about 7:30 a.m. Eastern. Let's see, and then I think Thursday's the next day. I think it's CPI. Uh, yeah, so Thursday you got initial jobless claims and CPI data. So watch out for that. Friday, PPI and Michigan consumer sentiment. Those can definitely affect the market as well. So Thursday and Friday, be aware of those days. Wednesday we're good. So tomorrow morning, but that's pretty early pre-market. So unless you're trading that early, you shouldn't have anything to worry about. Oh, look at that. I missed the move. So straight down to the bottom of the zone. Looks like we're holding on a little bit. I don't see a full reversal coming, um, but that could have been nice for just a quick scalp. But I missed it. I'm not touching it. I'm looking more for a break below, and I would enter short. The only thing is you got to watch out for this right here. We got some support in this 395 area. Okay, so breaking below it a little bit. All right, so normally I would take a bigger position. Right now, in case you didn't catch what I was going over earlier, so I took some trades last night, so I'm showing some green already. Um, and I was actually trading the zone. So I was in a trade in here. I went short. Actually, it was in here. So I went short once we started failing the top of the zone, and then I got out in this area here. So I waited, and once we pushed up in this candle, we were rejecting the VWAP. I decided to go ahead and go short again. I took it to the bottom of the zone, and then I was basically out. I was holding on to just one extra contract for some continuation. That didn't pan out. We were showing some buying strength just below the zone, so I just got out, locked in some profit. Um, and so now I was just using the trade copier to trade across these five accounts. These are fresh. So I ended up picking up some new 150K accounts with the Apex. Well, I'm surprised that we held that. That's interesting. So anyhow, so for today, I'm going to just be, I switched over to micros. So if I take any trades, it's going to be through micros. And I did try to go long already this morning once we popped out of the zone and down. I tried to get in here. But something happened with my order. It did not go through well. Okay, here we go. So coming down to the bottom. So yeah, I'd be looking for a short under that. See if we get a quick retest into this 403. And I might have missed my.
Order submitted.
So I have an order kind of just sitting there. Let's see if we can get it. Nope. So we're breaking below that support. There we go. So I think we're going to easily just come down once we get under this 85. Um, or what's that wick at? The wick's 84. I think 355 should be a breeze. There's a little pocket here though. I'd watch out for. So I'd watch out for this little pocket right here. So I wouldn't necessarily call this a zone, but we might hang out there just for a minute before we get all the way down here. So that's going to start at 371. The bottom of it is 366. So let's see what happens here. We got 30 seconds left on this candle.
Order submitted.
Right, we're down. Yeah, we're pushing up a little bit higher than I would have hoped for. So with that entry, I do have just a default 10-point stop on, which actually I might just raise my stop a little bit because I'm just trading one micro. So I can give it some more wiggle. So I'm going to push it right above this here. Okay, so that puts us at 16. All right, so that's going to be a 13-point stop. All right, and I'm scooting down um, my profit target. So I have it pushed down to, let's see right now, 363. Typically, I'd be looking for shorter wins, especially trading minis. But because I'm just going to trade one micro, that's not going to move my account so much. Um, so that's okay. And sacrificing 13 points, I could probably sacrifice a little bit more, but that's not going to be too much. It's going to hit me with 26 bucks if it goes against me. We should see a drop. We're going to get the drop. Get under this 87. 84 is where we wicked down earlier. That's right over here. So breaking out of this 84. And then watch out for this 70 area. But I would think we hit this zone again down here, 53. Market might make a liar out of me. Let's see. All right. Any trades yet? You guys in anything you like in this short? Did any of you catch that move down? That was a nice move. All right. So we broke under 84. There we go. 80, 70. So we want to watch out for 71 or 72. So watch out for that. See what happens in this little area. It's going to be a little bit of a hiccup. I like to see if we just blow right past it. Yeah, we might sink right into this zone, um, right into the 50s. All right, so I'm going to move my profit target down. I'm going to drop it in the 40s. So we got an S1 coming up at 32 or 33, and I'm moving my stop loss. I'm just going to leave it at break even. I'm going to give it a lot of play. So right now I'm only sitting on 50 bucks profit. So I'm sitting on 25 points, just one micro. So if I was trading minis, I would have already been scaling out. That's for sure. Be holding on to one contract. If I usually I'll take at least for the size account, I would be in at least three minis, maybe four. Um, I would have sold at least one or two already. But holding an extra for continuation on this on a larger size account, it's not a bad deal. All right, and so returning around here, maybe it's another retest. So this would hurt a lot if I was trading a mini right now and not taking profit, especially with the Apex Trader funding. Once you're in the initial phase, you have that trailing threshold that you got to watch out for. So this is the dangerous game when you're trying to get a longer play, like a bigger move. So holding on to all that profit, if this was a mini, it went about 30 points in our favor. So that's $600 on a mini contract. And so going back to break even, and if it tags us out, then that means I just ate away $600
Order filled.
of our trailing threshold, and so technically the trade's not red, but because you didn't take profit when you should have, you gave up some of your drawdown. So that's something tough to deal with. Now, today, I honestly don't care so much. I was just trading a micro, so I didn't give up anything really. So I'm okay with it. But we got really close to that little pocket that I was talking about. We missed it by a hair. Look at that. So the low of this candle is 73.50. Um, I was looking for 72. So I was off by a point and a half. Um, I didn't even realize we were that close to it. That would have been a good place just to snag some profit. That's what you got to watch out for, inflection points. Now we could still very much be bearish. The market's pretty nuts today. It's all over the place. Um, we might end up here and then push back down here. It could be one of those. What do they call it? A megaphone. Remember, it started doing that a lot a few years ago. I don't know if you guys were trading then. Um, but it was kind of funny. People would call it the megaphone pattern, and there ended up being a lot of megaphone patterns, which is like the dumbest pattern, but it's a thing. So you got your higher highs and you got your lower lows all the time, uh, which makes it kind of tricky to trade. But there was still a trend. You can still find moves. All right, nice man. Well done, DC. So pushing right into the zone. Looks like we're going to clear the zone, and we're probably going to break high a day. I bet you we then make a low a day. We are all over the place. So that would have been a pretty decent play if I was trading a mini. Um, a nice little addition to the accounts. Definitely a crazy Monday morning. Hey, welcome. I see we got some some new viewers joining in. If you guys want to drop a hello so I can see who's in here, that'd be awesome. But good morning to you. Hope you guys are having a great morning. So, what are you guys' thoughts so far on the market? Are you leaning towards bullish or bearish? Anyone else in any plays aside from DC taking some short scalps? You gotta watch out for those little pockets right here. Watch out for that stuff. I honestly didn't think that we would turn around right on it, not right away. I thought we might play around in it for a second if we were going to bounce out of it. Um, but I was thinking more of just a little bit of a hesitation and then a continuation. I was looking more for this area here. To me, this is a bigger deal at 153.55. That's a bigger deal. But still a lot of buyers. And so the fact that we're doing that just makes me wonder if there's going to be enough to hold it up. So for you guys just joining in, we went over some of the expected moves this morning. And so I just have them mapped out for the NQ. I'd be watching out for those areas. So in case you do trade the NQ, it's going to be roughly down here at 15,086. And then on the upper end, it's 15,772. So just watch out for those numbers. We might see some hesitation if we make it to either one. Just because it's listed as the expected move for the market does not mean that we will even tag it. But once we get there, we can see some extra volatility. And that's what happened last week. Once we got down here, things got crazy. We pushed back over it, under it. We were all over the place. And then at the end of the day on Friday, we had pushed up and we finally broke above it, and then we lost all that push. Um, so some hefty moves at the end of the day Friday, which I was not in because I called it early. I was just out. But definitely watch out for those areas. And so if you're not familiar with the expected moves, I have a video that I put out last week. And it's a really short video. It's like, I think, 2.5 minutes or 3 minutes long. And it goes over how to find the expected move and just a little bit more about it. But they're definitely worth keeping an eye on. I know there's a lot of options traders that actually use that. Um, they take different types of options plays, especially once we get outside the expected move, because usually the market does rein it in. So it, it could be a decent options play where you're basically making a bet that your price is going to end up in here in this range. And so they would take that on the Qs or if they're playing the ES, then they'll take it on the SPY. Um, and it's a decent way to make money. All right, so we pushed up into the zone. Didn't quite hit the top. Let's see what happens. Probably interact here at 403. I wonder if we get a little bit of a bounce there. And so I'd be going long.
Order filled.
So I try to get in at 403. My fill was 406, and we're dropping right out of it.
Stop filled.
So I hit my stop. I was hoping to take a quick scalp and maybe get up to 415, 420, something like that. That did not work. So we got 9 seconds left on that candle.
Order submitted.
So I would be interested in taking another short back at that 403 again. So I actually have an order at 402.25. Which we may not get. Looks like we ran up to 400 for a quick rejection. Okay, and so we're about 30 minutes into market open. All right, so looks like we're trying to come back down to that pocket.
Order canceled.
Okay, so no trades there. Pulling back up into the bottom of that zone would have been an ideal entry. But now it looks like we're going to watch out for that 72 area again. Okay. So I didn't realize, yeah. So we open up right here, starting a new 15. I didn't put those pieces together, so this could have been a good entry, just a pullback to the top of the 15. But we missed that. Okay, so we can use this to, there we are. So straight down into the 50s. There we go. So I wouldn't mind going there.
Order submitted.
All right. So got in at 70. So I think we're going to get right into this 55, 54 area. But today is definitely a sell-off kind of day. So I'm thinking we should go pretty deep into this zone. But a lot of trickery though. This is insane. Okay, so it looks like there could be a little bit of something at 32, so 15332. I'd also watch out for a little bounce off of the 153.55 area. But if we're just going to pick up some steam here, we might just push right through that stuff. And watch out for 47 as well. Alright, so if that was a mini, I would have definitely not let that one turn red. But I'm giving this a little bit of wiggle because it is just 1 micro. But yeah, if that was a mini, I would have closed out, taken some kind of profit, because you don't want to give up too much, especially when you're in that trailing threshold phase, which we are. This is a brand new 150K, or these are 150K accounts, so brand new. So we don't want to give too much. So that would have been a winning trade. Now it is slightly red. So I wonder if we're going to be setting up for an even bigger move, you know, because the way we're kind of wicking around everywhere. You know, if we look at the bigger picture, we zoom out a little bit, you know, we could still be in this phase of building this bear flag, you know, come back up here and just kind of do something like that. I don't know. Hey, what's up? Good morning, everybody. Thanks for everyone that just tuned in. Appreciate you being here. So if we just continue down, or if we're going to come back up to 95. I have a really wide stop, but I think I'm about to get hit. And for you guys just joining in, just so you know, I don't typically play with such a wide stop, nor am I normally trading just one micro. But I locked in some green last night, and so I'm just kind of leaving the accounts alone today. I'm just taking some really easygoing trades, just one micro, just trying to capture some moves. So I was hoping to get some bigger moves, but I'm giving it kind of a wide stop.
Order filled.
But now, from market open, I think we've lost about $50 in each account. So I'm not excited about that. Okay, so there we go. So a little bit of a turnaround. Let's see if we can hold this and push up, but I think we're going to end up coming back down again. Or it could be that megaphone pattern. Make another new high and then some more new lows. So when in doubt, zoom out, right? So still sticking above here. This looks like if you just look at this right here, that looks pretty bearish, right? Looks like just a bear flag. But overall, I think there's a bull case in there. You know, we're holding this area here. It's kind of a hefty area. So we're finding a lot of buyers, but we might just be taking our time to break that down and get below it. But if we hold that up, then this could be just a big reversal. And we'll find out more once we get back up into here. If we can get back up into this zone, because maybe we're doing something like, you know, this. Could be a thing. So the longer we kind of keep going sideways, more and more bullish this really looks. But we are making lower highs, so we will see. All right, so what a move back up into the zone and holding over 420. So I wasn't even watching. Look at that, we closed, did a quick retest of this 403 area. That could have been a nice entry to take this up. If we rejected down here, I'd be looking for a short. But it reminds me we've got to get off this 1 minute. There we go. Let's look at the 5 minutes. Or even a 3 minute would be okay. All right. Let's see how the ES is doing. Okay, so they bounced right out of a zone. Let's see, that was Friday. So a very similar look. What do you guys think? Do you think this looks similar to the NQ? Do you think this looks weaker than the NQ? I think it's similar, that's for sure. This looks a little weaker to me. Well, good luck, man.
Order filled.
So this is a tough one because we're right here at the bottom of this zone.
Order filled.
Nice job. All right, so we got 40 seconds left in that candle. Let's see if we close up in the zone. just looking at overall, let's see this, look at the 15. That's tricky. Looking at the 5. The fact that we pushed up, we're closing up here. We just wicked down. So I found some support right off the top here. That's interesting. This here still looks really bearish. So taking shorts makes sense. I did try to take a quick play right off of this here, hoping that we held that. And I was looking for a little bit of a push up off the bottom of the zone, but I got stopped out. But this here, though, this is looking a little bit more bullish if you just look at that. To me, it is. I can see us continuing over that. But this story here, looking at this, I'd be just looking at shorts. So this is too messy here. But if someone was looking for like a breakout play, you're looking over this. There we go, over 24. Let's see, and be watching out for. Oh, this is ES. Well, that would have been good on the ES. Let's get back to the NQ. Let's see. Here we go. So over this here, 25. Hey, what's up? Good morning. Thanks for joining. If anyone's, if it's your first time here, feel free to say hello. Drop something in the chat. Kind of a messy morning. A lot of wicks. Well, we're just filled with a bunch of lower highs right here. Okay, so 45 minutes into market open. I watch out for that 7:30 mark, or 10:30 mark Eastern. So if we get over this 25 hump, you can push over that, then that could be a nice 10-point, quick 10-point win. Right in the 34, 35. Be curious to see if we can get back up to the top of the zone again, right up to 42 or 43. So let's see what happens here. So let's see if we get some support here at 0650. So that could be a decent entry at maybe 07, or maybe we already got that. Let's see, the low of this candle was 775. Would have been a nice 10-point scalp. looks like we might get some continuation. That looks pretty good.
Order filled.
Let's see if we can get this up to 35. All right, so that's a good place for that 5 minutes if you're bullish. Closing right over here, that's good. Let's see if we can get some continuation. Get over the 35 area, and then watch out for that 43. I found this indicator from, I think it's Ninzico or something like that. They have something called Super Trend, so I added them to my charts. I don't necessarily take trades off of them, but I like to kind of keep an eye on them and see what they're about. But as you see, they didn't do much. Well, here, I guess this candle went down to the Super Trend, but then we just blew right through it. So let's see if there's something there at 32. I was watching out for 35 or 34, just based on these candles here. Let's see, so we had wicked down right to 775. I was really hoping we were going to see some continuation, but not getting above this. Once we closed up here, I was thinking, hey, maybe we're going to go ahead and be a little bit more bullish. Maybe we're going to break 34, get into this 43, but it can go either way, huh? Like this could just be a really good short entry right in this area. Yeah, definitely sideways. Hey, what's up, Mr. Knife Art? Yeah, so actually I am in a trade. So I just opened up, I'm trading micros right now. I just grabbed one micro. I did take a short position. I'm sorry, no, I went long. Excuse me. I went long for the break of this area here at 24. The 5 minute had just closed. We were just pushing up right into here, and so yeah, I went long. Thought we were going to see some continuation. I kind of have a wide play on this right now, but I think I'm about to just stop myself out. But right here, yeah, it's definitely sideways. It can go either way. It still looks more bearish, so this is probably a better short entry right up in here, just looking for those lower highs. Because that's all that is. So I was looking at this 5 minute here, and we were just kind of holding up here. So I thought we'd break above, push up, and then hit this 35 area. So if it was a mini, I'd be taking profit around 33 or 34, and that little bit of a push up, that would have been a nice 9-point scalp. But I'm trading it just a little different this morning because I'm in the micros. I made my profit last night playing the zone. My trade from last night was, let's see, it was in here somewhere. There we go. So it was failing the top of the zone, so I ended up going short. I got in somewhere around here, and I took a few scalps, and so I took profit on the way down, and then once we got below the VWAP, and we failed the VWAP trying to go north, once I saw the fail, I went short again, and so I ended up getting out towards the bottom of the zone. Here, this was the move. So we pushed up, it was a fail, and here's where I saw us seeing some more resistance. So I ended up going short in here. I was out in this candle, and then in this candle we pushed up and we failed the VWAP, and then so I ended up adding or going back in short. So I scalped and I got out right around the bottom of the zone. So that was where all the green came from. And then this morning, I've actually taken some green trades, but because I'm just taking micros, I'm letting them ride a little bit longer than I normally would. So I'm not necessarily scalping. Typically, I'll take shorter plays, like I'll lock in 5, 10, 15 points, something like that, and then maybe keep a runner for just a little bit more. So the accounts I'm trading right now are at 150K accounts, so they have a lot more cushion. So each one I have $5,000 worth of drawdown. So trading a micro, just one micro, I can give it a lot of room. It's not a problem. But if it was minis, I wouldn't mind holding on to just one and letting it go a little bit, but I wouldn't be giving it a 20 or 30 point stop. Definitely not. That's just too much to be sacrificing against my threshold. So I'd be watching out for that. But looks like we're trying. We're trying to get over this area here. Trying to 30. Let's see if we get up to 34, 35. It's starting to look a little bit more bullish. We're holding here. We're not, selling off right away. So it's interesting. We in this candle here we wicked down to this little pocket. So not even touching the bottom of the zone, but we have this little pocket that you want to watch out for, just based on this one candle here, this little reversal candle. Watch out for stuff like that. And so you can see we wicked down just close to the opening price of it. The opening price was, I think, 650. Let's see, yeah, 650. So we came down to 775. So that's pretty interesting. So yeah, as you can see, we're pushing up. Now we got to watch out for this 42 area. Watch out for that. I'm still in my my long trade. So I'm just going to scoot up my profit target a little bit more. I had it around close to 50. So let's see if we can get out of this zone. But we might be rejecting the top. If that was a mini, I would have been taking profit already, especially knowing that we're coming into a resistance area, at the top of the zone. You want to keep it really tight. And again, because this is a micro, I'm just kind of being really loose with it. Being really loose. But I normally would not be so loose. But we would have snagged some decent profit. My entry price is 25. So 25 and 25 cents. So we got up to 39. So I've been 14 points. Now, in all reality, with minis, I would have been targeting about 34. So 34 price level, 34 or 35. So I was looking for like a 9 point. It would have been a 9 point scalp with a mini. In fact, I probably would have been stopped out already. If it was a mini, I'd definitely trade those much tighter. Let's see, where do we come down to? 14. Yeah, I would have been out. Because the initial play, I was looking for just a break above. So if you look at these candles here, I was just looking for a break above that, and I wanted that to go straight into the 34s. And so seeing hesitation there and us pulling back, I wouldn't have given it too much. So I would have been stopped out if that was a mini. And so also, having that much profit on a mini, I would not have let this trade turn red. You don't want to give up your threshold. And so, but again, it's a micro, and I have a lot of wiggle in these accounts, so I'm just playing it really loose. Let me switch this over to the micros. It's not showing. So it looks like we might be coming back down again, huh? All right, so I'm just going to close this out. It's too much.
Order filled.
So at this point, if I was still feeling really bullish, I'd be looking at a long off the bottom of the zone. But I'm not loving the way that all this looks. It'd be, for me, it'd be safer if we just waited and got out of this zone, up or down, and then I'd take a play off of that. That'd be the safest bet. So let it show you some more strength. Wait for that confirmation. So if we broke below and we closed below, I'd be looking for a retest of the bottom and then see if we can take this thing short again. Because overall we're making, like, this is kind of a higher high in comparison to this, but really we're still lower highs. So I think you can make a case either way, bullish or bearish. But breaking below the zone, it'd give me more confidence in a bearish position. Breaking above the zone, closing above the zone, then I'd be more bullish and look for a play off the top. But this is pretty ugly. Not loving it. All right, so let's take a poll. Are you guys bullish or bearish? I'm going to drop this in the chat, so you can go ahead and click on yes or no. Is that working right? Yeah, personally, the way I like to trade, I do prefer at least a 50K account. I like the 150Ks too. I like the 300K. 25K, like it's really just it's all psychological, right? Because you can essentially trade it the same way. You just have to just adjust your size a little bit. Or like a 25K account, you don't really want to touch minis. I like to trade minis. I like to see bigger numbers move around. But in all reality, I could be taking the same trades and just use micros with the 25K account, and then definitely be taking quicker scalps. And I would not be giving it such a wide range like I'm doing right now. But it's essentially the same thing. But yeah, I do like the extra drawdown, especially because sometimes, like, you'll come across a string of just bad trades. Let's say I was looking for short scalps and I was looking for 5, 6, 10 points, something like that, and they're all wrong. I need some more room, because sometimes you're in a rut. You're just making bad calls. You're feeling more bullish on the day, and you should be bearish, And so you're taking long plays when you really should be looking for shorts. And so when that happens, and you have to take a loss, you're going to need some more cushion for the next day. So the more cushion you have, the better. So I like 50Ks because I think with 50K accounts, you can still run somewhere between 1 to 3 minis, and I think that's pretty safe, especially if you find some pretty decent entries. and then I usually take my profits really early and often. So by default, I use ATM strategy that has a 5 point profit target and a 10 point profit target. Um, so look at that right off the bottom of the zone. That's annoying. Anyhow, yeah. So by default, I'm taking profit pretty early, and then if it's really showing some strength, I'll extend my last bit of my position. So if I have one mini left, I might push the profit out just a little bit, and so try to snag 15 or 20 points if the momentum seems like it's there and it makes sense, and there's not too much in the way of us getting to that profit target. So I do like a little bit bigger of a size, but yeah, I'm not crazy about the 25K accounts. What I do like about them though is the fact that it's a 1-to-1 ratio. You have 1,500 drawdown, and you also have a 1,500 profit target for the account to pass eval. So I like that 1-to-1 ratio, but that's also kind of why I like the 50K. 50K is pretty close to it. 50K is almost a 1-to-1. You have that $2,500 drawdown, and then you have that $3,000 profit target. So it's almost 1-to-1. But because it gives you so much more of a buffer, then I can trade the minis. But again, it's psychological, you know. I like to see the numbers move faster. That's all. That's all. But it's good to have the extra cushion, though. It is. But you can do a lot of damage with the 25Ks. I've noticed that there's a lot of guys that stick with that. There's this one guy I always reference too. He's solely trading micros, and he trades it's the MNQ, and he's done really well. He's done really well. I think he was up 200K in profits over the year. So that's pretty good. And he's strictly micros. Strictly micros. But some like to just stick with MES, you know, and they just give it a really wide stop. And so as long as they're choosing the direction right, I mean, it kind of makes sense, you know, because MES contracts, they're not going to move a ton against you. So no matter what, you know, if you give it like a really wide stop, as long as you have the direction right, at some point it should go in your favor. But that's just not my method of trading, you know. I don't trade that way. But apparently that guy is doing pretty decent as well. So he has a lot of green days. That's good. Yeah, this is it's really messy. I don't like the look of today. Anybody have any big plans today for after your trading session is over? I'll be prepping some ribs. Do a little bit of smoking today. Having some people over. Get them started early. Do like 6 to 7 hour smoke. Should be good. All right, so buying the base here would have been great, huh? Nice 30-point move. There we go, back in the 30s. And over the top. Nice. Okay, so let's see if we can hold above. In this 3 minute, there we go. We got 10 seconds left. There we go.
Order filled.
Not enough. Not enough. We gotta hold this 28.
Order filled.
If we drop to this whole zone, that's just be too much. Wow. Yeah, this is too messy. Last night, I mean, this is super clear. Yeah, right in here. This is just, it was like easy to see. Um, and right now, this is not so easy. It's really not. So if you're struggling here through all this, it's because it's messy. I'm sure a lot of people are getting wiped out right now. So this is when you gotta just call it a quits or take a break. You know, maybe give it another hour or two. See what happens. But we are all over the place. You know, closing above here, this should have been a good entry. But we just sold right through it. Staying right in this zone. Up and down. Hey, what's up? Good morning. Thanks for joining. All right, so we're going to end the poll. Let's see what you guys think. Bearish, yes, 75%. Yep, makes sense. Yeah, we're about to sell the whole zone. So there's another lower high. All right, it's a new 15-minute candle. We should be breaking out or breaking below. So maybe a little push up and then more of a breakdown. So I've been watching for this area here. Let's see how we interact with 24 or 23. See if we can get over 17. And then get to 23. Let's see if we reject 23, come down. If we break below the zone, I'd consider one last position, maybe taking a short and a retest of the bottom of the zone from underneath. It's too messy inside. DC, what size account do you like to trade? Are you in a 50 or larger? All right, so I've got over 17. Let's see if we can get up to 24 and then do some kind of a turnaround. Oh, okay, nice. Yeah, agreed, man. Same here. Like that 1-to-1. Okay, so it looks like we pushed up to about 20. I was thinking 24. All right, so back down to the bottom of the zone. Let's see if we can get below it. And then maybe entertain another short from underneath. Yeah, this is pretty messy. Let's go back to the ES. Yeah, the ES is looking. All right, so it looks like we did push up to, what do we got here? A high of 23.75. So really close to that 24. So that could have been a nice little short entry. Quick scalp. And all this mess. Would have been a decent scalp. Nothing is happening right now. This is crazy. It's just slowly going nowhere. It's not a great morning. There we go. Okay, so coming down to the bottom of the zone, let's see if we can close below. So 403.50. Nice. All right. Okay, pushing back up into the zone. Let's see what do we got here. So on the 3-minute candle, we still got another minute and 20. So let's see where we close. It's pretty messy. Yeah, agreed, my friend. Agreed. Super slow. So tomorrow, you got the balance of trade coming up. Um, so that should move the market a little bit. But yeah, that might be really just chilling out because the CPI coming up on Thursday. I really thought we would have had more movement today, though. Uh, and maybe some slowdown on Wednesday, the day before jobless claims and CPI data. But we're just in a weird area. Looking at the 4-hour, just in a weird area. A lot of indecision. They're going to keep looking for buyers, I think. So we're bound to come back down here into this zone again. We'll see what happens. See if we pop out of there again. Yeah, this is a snooze fest. Wow. Okay, so new candle. Let's see, what do we do? So this candle opened, we pushed up into 407. My entry would have been 403. So it would have been within our stopping range, would have been okay. But missed that entry. Still got a minute left in this candle here. We could still come up for a retest of 403. I'd wait until the next candle. Just not loving this. If we close back in the zone, definitely be holding off. Sometimes, absolutely. Um, Sometimes it's it's less volume, that's for sure. But sometimes it's just really clear. I don't typically trade overnight or pre-market, but if it seems like it makes a lot of sense, then I'll hop on it. If I just happen to be looking at it, because I do periodically check the market, see how it looks. Um, but you're absolutely right. Sometimes it's just super clear. And so when that happens, you take it, and then you're just done for the day. There's no need to trade during regular hours because you're just opening yourself up to more damage. So I like the idea of a short here. We didn't quite make it up to this 401. There we go. We're at 90, 92.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
I'd really love to see just a breakdown. Let us just drop back down to this little pocket over here, 72, break below it, and let's see that next zone. Just want to see a solid move. But watch, we're going to turn around again. And pushing up right back up into the zone.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
It'd be nice if that was a retest and a fail, so we can just have a clear move. I would like to see a solid move. Solid move down. So we can get under this 86 and then back down to 76. If we can blow right through 76 and 73, then maybe we see 55. Alright, so I have an order at 78 to take some profit. Try to get back some of that cushion I gave up this morning with these silly micro trades. Just giving them too much wiggle. Definitely playing it too loose this morning. Should have been taking profit. even though it was like a single micro. So we're going to turn around there. So that's at, we got down to 80. This is a mess. Okay, looks like we're getting close to the bottom of that zone again, so 5 points away. See what happens at 403. There's 2 minutes left in this 5-minute candle. Didn't quite break over 400. See if we stay below 400. So the short will look much better. So I had an order to take profit at 78. I'm going to push it down to 74. Just before that little hiccup here. But really, I'm hoping we blow through this again and see if we get down to 55 or 54. See if we can make our way down to 32. And I'm going to drop my stop too. My stop's going to be at 401. 401.50. Open is, yep, that's good. Alright, so I'm going to drop my stop a little bit lower, put it at 96. There we go, let's get to 74. Just going to take a little profit here.
Order canceled.
Let's see if we can just blow through the 70s. Wish we would just drop right down to 55. Nice 20-point drop. There's 74. Stops in the green. No more of this giving back stuff. There we go. So 70. Let's see 60. Let's see 54. Alright, so about 25 points in. So I want to grab 54, so that'll be about What's that, 40 points? Alright, so I only have 2 micros here. I had 3. So I already sold 1. Just waiting to sell the next one. Yep, I hope so. I hope we break below it. I want to see us just break right through it, hit 54. I would love to see us just run through that too, but I got to order at 54 just in case we see some buying. We can expect some buyers right around there, but we might have exhausted them. We'll see. So we got 55, 54. In fact, I'm going to push my... I'll just leave it there. See if we get it. Here we go. So really close. We broke low a day. That's good. Let's see. We got down to 55. So I'm going to just...
Order submitted.
Close one out there. And I'm not getting filled. I don't know what's going on.
Order canceled.
Alright, let's see. Do I have open? Shows I just have one left, that's right. So we got a little bit of a bounce. We hit a low of 55. So seeing a lot of buyers. But hopefully we get some continuation down. So pulling back up into this pocket. See the low of the pocket 67, high of the pocket 72-ish. So it could be a nice little spot to add on, but I'm not going to. Just going to leave it alone. I have my stop in the green. My stop's at 87. And my current entry on this one is it's 401. It's 10 after. Okay, so pushing up a little bit, push past that pocket. And I'll probably get out right around here. It stops at 87, but let's see, I'm close to where we started this morning. About $30 under, I think. Plus whatever commissions I've spent. So I'm just going to lock.
Order filled.
Like a dead cat bounce kind of thing. Just a little baby bounce and then right back down. I just don't like that we cleared that pocket. I would have preferred that we came up to 72 and then just dropped back down, or stayed between 72 and 67. Something like that would have been okay. Well, hopefully we push down below this 55 area. And it'll be real clear for us. And then we'll see 42 and 36. And hopefully we'll get down to 25, 153.25. It's only 50 points away from there. It's not too bad. Hey, what's up? Good morning. Thanks for joining in. So anyone else grab some of that short? Anyone go short once we broke the zone? Or were you already in some kind of a short play? Last week, one of our viewers, his name is Tony. He was really quiet through the whole session, and come to find out, he was just sitting there in a nice position that he had. He had a really good entry, and we were about 100 points in his favor. And then finally, he let us know. He's like, "Yep, I'm at 100 points." So there's some of you out there holding on to your 100 points, and keeping it a secret. Did you get in at 154.70? That would have been a nice entry, huh, for a short. All these wicks. Yeah, I don't see this turning around. So we're just having a little bit of a pullback. I'd be looking for another short entry. But I have over traded today. The plan was just to take a couple this morning, even with the micros, just to take some trades. But I let some of those just turn red just because. So I really felt like grabbing another one. So I'm glad we took it short from the bottom of that zone. It wasn't my best entry. So you took a long. Hey, nice. Hey, 60 points is 60 points, man. That's great. You know? Because if you're always doing that, then all you got to do is scale it up, buddy. You'll be killing it. 30 points a day is great. 60, that's really good. Yeah, definitely a good place for you to go long right off the top of the zone. Look for inflection points. That's what you want to do, especially if you're scalping. Look for inflection points. Quick little turnarounds. And grabbing a quick 10 points. That's great. But 60 points in your favor for the day, that's amazing. And keep that up. If that's like your running rate every day, you can lock in 60 points. Then it's just a matter of scaling your contract size. That's good, man. That's so good. Your account's big enough, and you're doing minis. Even better. But micros, you can do a lot of damage with just micros. There's a trader that follows Apex Trader Funding. He's one of the members there, and he just trades micros, and he solely trades 25K accounts. He doesn't get anything else, just 25Ks. And he does really well. He keeps his position size small. Every time he starts a new 25K account, I think he trades like somewhere between 1 and 3 micros. So it just keeps it really small. And as his account size grows, he scales up to like 5 contracts, until he's, what is it? I think 2,000 or 3,000 in profit. So once he's up there, then he starts going up to like 5 or 7, but just micros. He never leaves micros. And so he was doing really well. The last time I checked, which was like a month ago, I think he was up to like around 10,000 in profit in each of his accounts, each of his 25Ks, just trading micros. That's it. And so even with all that buffer, he's still keeping it with micros. So that's good. You have a little bit more control. You can give it more wiggle, and you can still make really good money with micros, especially if you're then, multiplying that by however many accounts you have, 5, 10, 15, 20 accounts. That's so good. Well, good thing you didn't chase that trade, man. I know I chased it a little bit. I got in a little bit lower than I wanted to. My entry was 90, I think it was 92. I took two, and then once we pushed back up into the bottom of the zone, I tacked on just one more. So just holding 3 micros. So not a crazy size or anything, but enough to do a little bit of damage. You guys saw it. So I started off the day at like 1450 in profit, and so as I started taking trades, I was green in some of those trades, but I let it just turn red, just because. And so I was down to I think 1298, something like that. So I gave up about 150 in each account. So it was nice to be able to grab some of that back. But I think I'm gonna wrap it up there and just leave these guys alone. But I think we're gonna see some continuation to the downside. I hope we do, because that's clearly the way that we're headed. But I'm going to have to wrap it up here. Oh, you know what? I need to step away for a little bit. That's what I got to do. Oh, nice, man. That's right. Yeah, I remember you were telling me about that. I remember your comment. That's pretty cool. I'm glad you're seeing more success. That's great. Yeah, it's a lot easier to manage and like just psychologically, it's if you have to deal with a little bit of drawdown, you can give it a little bit more wiggle, and it doesn't hurt as much, especially if you're making good trades. Have solid entries, and you can it's more forgiving. It can go against you a little bit more, and as long as you're just in control of that and you still have a decent risk management strategy, that's wonderful, man. So keep it up. So we got that break below 55, right under 50. There we go, 45. So watch out for 32. Watch out for 32, and then so you got the S1 here. So 32, and then the bottom of the zone. We watch out for 25, which always watch out for the quarters. But we saw a lot of activity in that 25 before. That's why it's mapped out. Let's see if we get a break below that. But this is looking really good. Hopefully we pick up some steam. I can stand a little bit longer, but I'm going to just have to step away for maybe 10 minutes or so. 5 or 10 minutes. So I'll be back. So I'll be right back, guys. All right, and I'm back. Sorry, I had to step away. How are we doing? All right, so no crazy balances off of that. Well, this looks nice. So this is pretty clear. So I'll push on into here. Decent entry right up here for another short. We turning around though. We have a new low. I don't see us turning around. But what are we trying to test now? Tony, what's up, Tony? $45.24. How's MES doing? Let's see. Yes. Nice move, bud. Well done. So if this is where you got in here on this pullback, that was that's a good entry. It's really good. Solid, man. Solid 10 points. So a little bit of a push up there, huh? Hopefully this is just a little bit of a pullback. Definitely want to see some more downside. But here's where it gets tricky, coming into the bottom or into a zone. You're looking for buyers, right? Since we came into it from the top side. And then we're holding a little bit. I don't see us moving all the way back up here again. We did it here, got up towards the top, thought we were going to break out, and it was a fail. So we got a lower high. So lower high. Then we got our lower low and lower low. So maybe we're just building out a little bit. So more of a bear flag, and then see if we can drop this thing down again. Man, I hope you get it. Yeah, I don't think this drop is done. We should be selling off some more. Just wish we got there faster. That's the impatient side. Just want to get there fast. It's always a feel good once you have that stop at break even or in the green, and it's so far away from where the current price is. It feels so good. All right, I got about 20 minutes, and then I'm going to have to cut out. Anyone else here like to grill out or smoke anything? I want to be smoking some ribs today. If you got any tips, I will gladly take them. I wouldn't call myself a pro smoker, but I've been doing it for a little bit. I enjoy it. I have to go get some stuff ready to go in a little bit. Okay, let's keep it down here. Here we go. I'm gonna get a break below. Right down to that 32, that'd be nice. Here we go. So we got a low of 34.50. Got some volume pouring in. It's nice to see some movement. Let's see if we get a little bit of a pushback from that, or if we can just break through it straight down to 25. This pushes up though. 54 looks like a good spot then. I would take that. There we go at 43. $47, $50.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
So I got in short, 2 micros. Take one out at 44. Looks like I'm getting stopped out. Alright, this is not working. What's going on? It's stopped out.
Order filled.
DC, you having any issues today with your Rhythmic account? Like I have clear stops set up, and for some reason it did not get triggered. That stinks. Okay. Let's see if we make it up here to this 87. Let's see, 81, 81, 87. Gonna break over the 72. And that's a wick. Yeah, it's good to use the flatten button. But unless it's like really volatile, it's usually okay. Usually. So right now it's nothing crazy going on. Not a lot of volume. Yeah, for some reason I just wasn't getting filled. Like it didn't even trigger. It was really weird. So it gave up a little bit more than what my stop should have allowed. But that's okay. Curious to see how this is going to play out. So we have this candle here, big wick, and then we closed outside the zone. And then this green candle, we wicked down to the top of the zone, just fell in just a couple points, and then pushed up. I'd give this more time to build out, paint a better picture, but it should still be good for a short. But this candle does make me question that. This one here. So maybe we'll just have a little bit bigger of a pullback. We gotta go for it. Gotta go for the 82. So we're trying to push through this little speed bump. Got a bunch of sellers in here. Sellers, sellers. Looks like we might have cleared the sellers out. Yep. Alright, so we should see 82, maybe 87. So we have about 10 seconds left in this 3-minute. Might have a little temporary change in direction. So just a pullback. If you're thinking long, you could be looking for an entry in this area here. I'd wait until this candle closes. If we can close up here around 74 or something like that, and then get a pullback into 71 or 67, if we close up here, then maybe add on, or take a position, and then take it up to this 82 and then 87. That's it though. I'd be looking for a quick scalp if I did that. But no, met a bunch of sellers. Let's see what we do. We have less than 2 minutes left. So 1 minute and 33 seconds. Hey, nice job, Tony. 5 points is pretty solid, my friend. Especially with MES. I wouldn't think this is going to be a full-on reversal, but you never know. This one candle, this candle being in this zone could mean that, or it could just mean that we get a bigger pullback, and then I think we still drop it down. Let's see how that ES looks. Yeah, look at that. The ES looks more bullish than the NQ, that's for sure. So if the NQ starts pushing up, maybe the ES will follow. But bigger picture, that's, yeah, I don't know. Wish we could have got that 4,500 for you. That would have been nice. Right down to 45. All right, there we go. So we closed, and what we got? Right down to 67. Let's see, we went up to 79. So I said I wouldn't. I want to just take 2.
Order submitted.
69. Right under here. We'll keep it real tight. 65. So that's going to be a 4-point stop. So a 4-point stop on some micros. Only took 2. And looks like I'm about to get out. If we drop just a little bit lower, we're at 68, 69, 67, 65. Ooh, that got real close. Still there. 64.50. Yeah, it's true. New York, it's quarter to 12. We should get a quick little push up. I would think we're going to get a quick little push up right into this 80. At least 80. And then maybe 87. Alright, so I'm a little green. My first target's going to be 79. So just before that 80 mark. And so as of right now, my play is to get out at 64. So that's actually a 5.25 stop. So a pretty tight stop. Pretty tight for the NQ, you know, or MNQ.
Order
My
filled.
first profit target. And let's see. I'm going to scoot up this other one just in case this thing does run, and I'll just play it by putting my stop in the green once we get there. Here, let's see if this makes sense here. There we go. So you can see the play. So by default, my ATM strategy puts me at a 10-point stop, so that put me at 59. But I had a mental stop at 64, and we got really close to that. This candle actually came down to, I thought it was 64.50, 64.25. So really close, almost got stopped out. Okay, so we hit 81. So now we're looking for, let's see, the high of this one is 86.75. So I thought it was 87. So let's see if we get it. I would think we turn around, but after looking at the ES, makes me wonder if we're gonna be going just a little bit higher. So we might run back into this zone. Maybe we see 403 before we turn around. Okay, so mental stop for me now is going to be break even. So 69.25. So ideally, it'd be good if we just held 74. So let's see what happens if we get a little push up and see if we get right into this 86, 86.75, and if we break above it, then we should see 400. What a waiting game. But this was a decent entry right over here. So I tried to get it at 67. My fill was 69 though. So I know we talked about it, but I didn't have a limit order set as we were talking about it. I was just waiting for us to close above, and then once we got there, I was just it was too late, so I was just looking for a market order. So I tried to time it, and I was just off by a couple points. So we just hit a high of what in this candle? High of 89. So yeah, breaking over that 87, I would think that we would see 400. The bottom of the zone is I think 403. Yeah, so I have my target at 401. So I'll just drop it down to 99. There we go. And that would give us 30 points. So that's just an extra 14 points. Hey, what's up? Good morning. Thanks for joining. If it's your first time here, feel free to say hello. It's free. Okay, 87. Let's go, 99. We might just blow right back into this zone. Looks like the top here. What do we have? This is 408. So we're into the 90s. This is good. We should see 403, but I'll leave my profit target at 99. Let's get out a little early. So let's scoot this up and put that at 74. So stop in the green. There you go, 74.25. So we're guaranteed to walk away with green in this trade. So that'll be 5 points. But honestly, if it were to start dropping, I wouldn't give it that much. We'll lock in at least 10. Hopefully we just get some continuation right into that 400. There we go. Come on, stay in the 90s. Just 10 more points. Seven more points, 6 more points. Let's get to that target. 4 points. There we go, scoot that stop up.
Order filled.
Alright, so 99. And let's see. We should see that 403. And let's see what happens if we close in here. We might go back to the zone again. But most likely not. This is quite the downtrend. We will see. But had I not taken that trade at this point, if I was just coming in looking at the market, I would see that we put in a reversal candle right in here on the 5-minute, right in the zone, and then we have a lot of green. So if we push up right into this little zone here and we close above or close in it, then I'd be looking for an entry long at the base here with a really tight stop. I'd give it 6 points. Or yeah, so if I got it at 403, I might have to give it more like 10 points. It's like 94. So So 9 points, 9-point stop. So if we're just trading micros, that wouldn't be too bad. So we'd be talking 18 per contract. So if we went in with 2 contracts, so we'd be sacrificing 36. So that would be a risk. But I'd also probably add on an extra. So if we started falling out, I probably have one set to add on like a 96, something like that, with the same stop. So a lot less risk on that third contract. So yeah, now that we're pushing up pretty steady into this zone, we should be holding this zone, I would think. So we are at 57, so we have 3 minutes left till 9. So I'll actually have to get out here. So sorry guys, I have to call it a day. I'm gonna close shop. Thanks for tuning in today. I really appreciate you guys joining me. Today was a terrible day for starting out. It's just terrible. Ugly trades, a lot of wicks. But I'm glad we found some interesting ones. You guys look like you guys took some solid trades. Nice job, Tony and DC. Getting those scalps, man. Well done. But thanks again for joining me. Definitely appreciate it. So we're going to keep doing this every morning. So 15 minutes before market open, we'll do a quick pre-market analysis and kind of see how the day's looking. Hopefully we get some better trades this week, some more solid moves. But, looking over what happened today, if you were just playing the zones, there was some pretty decent entries. Some of them were. But yeah, we'll see what tomorrow brings. So good luck to you guys today. Stay green. Don't overtrade. Just good luck to you, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good one.